To educate our children is to make our future brighter.
There's probably nothing more powerful in the universe than a mind. And we at the Academy have been building good minds since the day we started.
60 years ago, a dream began to build an institution dedicated to creating beautiful Jewish children committed to Torah values and prepared to lead the next generation.
We could give children within the one school day both their religious, their Judaic studies, and their secular studies, and develop a well-rounded American Jew who is loyal to the Orthodox Jewish faith and who is knowledgeable of his Jewishness.
A handful of men committed themselves to the purpose of making this dream a reality.
Louis Epstein, may his soul rest in peace, he had this vision that if we were going to survive as a Jewish community in Memphis, we needed something like this.
Today, the dream lives and grows as we educate the third generation of Jewish minds and nurture the third generation of Jewish souls.
We are, in fact, the crown jewel of the community. The Orthodox Jewish community in Memphis could not and would not exist without the Hebrew Academy.
On the 60th anniversary of the Margolin Hebrew Academy Finestone Yeshiva of the South, we honor our history and celebrate our future by paying tribute to the past presidents of our board. It all began with an idea.
When we came in with this thing, it was a very, very novel idea to try to give the child that kind of a background. Jews were afraid of producing a school like this in our community. They felt that it would be restrictive and the children would not have a broad American background. And of course the converse is the truth.
Back then there were so few Orthodox Jews that were, committed, and it had to be someone that was willing to break the ice as far as where the first students were going to come from.
Rabbi Nathan Greenblatt and Louis Epstein were the two that really got things going. And to their credit, they got Sam Margolin involved. We were having tough times. There was a group of us that had a breakfast meeting once a month, and from there we would take names and head out and go in and raise money that day in order to meet the payroll that was coming up, so it was tough.
Because of the passionate commitment of our founders and their willingness to sacrifice, an institution emerged that would forever change Memphis.
Without this institution, I think the landscape of the Jewish community would be very, very different.
Every single study has shown that a day school education is the most important thing for the survival of our people. Without that, the chance for an American child to lead a significant Jewish life is almost impossible. So it's of the highest priority, the absolute highest priority.
It gives an added dimension to children. It gives them a grounding in moral and ethical attitudes and behaviors. It's a dimension that you cannot get by sending your child to a public school or a non-Jewish private school.
It's not just a function of rote memorization or skills or capacity to understand and read Hebrew and the texts of our sages. That's part of the process, but the part that to me shapes a young man and woman in a way that a school unlike ours would not and could not is to create people who are mensches, to create that almost intangible aspect to what it means to be part of the Jewish community.
Without this kind of a grounding, even in today's world, I don't know how a child can make it. He needs this constant love and constant attention that the teachers and the staff and the parent body of the Academy Yeshiva represent.
The school not only serves the community as it is, but is a driving force in helping the community grow.
particularly people looking from out of town, whether to settle here, I think that's one of the things they would look for. And I think people here, I mean, know it and used to it, but people moving from out of town, I think that'd be essential that they have that available to them if that's the education they wanted to do.
Like the ripples on a pond, the impact of the Academy extends beyond the students into the lives of their families as well.
We did attract from the entire community, I thought was an amazing thing, and because of that, how many families have changed their whole life and the whole way they look at Judaism.
There was a close camaraderie between the students because we were the pioneers at the school. We were the first team that had the basketball, won the first tournament for the center, and I was able to give the presentation to Sam Margolin at a banquet.
Kindergarten graduation is probably my first firm memory of the Academy, and us wearing those crisp white shirts with a bow tie and Sherman-looking shoes. I mean, it was a pretty classic day, and it was a lot of fun. And I just remembered everybody had the stage for a minute, and how even at an early age, this is an institution that creates a sense of self for each person, and the sense of family, the sense of belonging, the sense of being a part of something bigger than yourself. And that certainly rang through from my memories from kindergarten to elementary school to high school. I always do have that solid memory of being part of the fabric of a school that is at the center of the community that makes me part of a larger family.
It's the teachers who are there day in, day out. They're sometimes the unsung heroes. They're in the trenches, they're working hard on a daily basis, and certainly most of them were really putting in tremendous amount of their guts, of their creativity into our kids. And the kids, I think, felt that relationship, felt that people cared about them. And so I think they got what they wanted to get out of the kids because they put into it. They put into them so much work and so much love.
And it was clear to me that the definition of a Jew is someone whose grandchildren are Jewish. And my grandchildren would not have been as Jewish as I would have liked them to be if we had not sent our kids to the Academy.
From the school, we see the results of all the young people now that belong to the synagogues, and their children and grandchildren are there.
I've seen the flowering of the Hebrew Academy, and we've been paid off by the Almighty, Baruch Hashem, for all the efforts that we put into it, because we see the flowers and the fruits of our work throughout the country, throughout the community.
The love and labor of the school's founders and leaders for the past 6 decades has indeed blessed us with an academically superior educational environment that fosters a lifelong love of Judaism among students. We have seen our dreams and the dreams of our children come true, and we know the future remains bright for generations to come. So on this 60th anniversary of the founding of the Margolin Hebrew Academy, Finestone Yeshiva of the South, we proudly honor our history and celebrate our future.